Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining Gurtam Meetups. Today we have a meeting with myself, Aliaksandr Kuushynau, Chief Wialon Officer, and Anastasiya Eroho, Head of Marketing Department. And today we're gonna talk about our marketing experience, how it works from Gurtam side, our new initiatives that we've started recently, and we're gonna share a lot of our ideas, thoughts on how you can use our marketing techniques in order to make your business better. So we are continuing that format where we have talks with our specialists or our chief specialists like Anastasiya, who are responsible for certain parts, certain very important parts of Gurtam business. And I know that a lot of our partners and a lot of people think that current success of Gurtam is happened not only because of Wialon itself being really a good product, but it also happened because of our great marketing activities, because of the creativity of our marketing team, because of the great marketing events and online and offline that we've organized during these 15 years of our working in the telematics and IoT business. So Anastasiya is the one who leads our, I would say, big marketing team right now, and I believe she will be open and fair with you and share a lot of insights and ideas on our current situation about marketing, how it works at coronavirus times. So welcome, Anastasiya.
Thank you very much for these kind words, Sasha. Good day, everyone. My pleasure to be here in this Gurtam studio. Actually, for me, it's quite a strange experience because I got used to be at all the meetups we've already shot, but on the back stage, on the opposite side, you know, working with the speakers on the topics, on how they look like, on promotion. So this is a pleasure, twice a pleasure for me to be here and to meet all of you today. So yeah, basically, Sasha was absolutely right. I'm leading quite a big marketing team of 13 people, plus, I don't know, 5 working with us remotely. So what we do here in Gurtam Marketing is that we combine our online and offline activities. So probably the website that you see, the PPC that you might see in the internet, or even, I don't know, every second letter that you get from Gurtam is done by my team. So yeah, I'll try to be very open and talk as much about marketing as possible today.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about marketing and let's share our experience. And one of the most recent experiences that we have at Gurtam is the experience of having those meetups, webinars, online panels and workshops that we've started, I believe, like 2 months ago.
Already 4.
4 months ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But anyway, do you know how many meetups we have already organized?
Like a couple of dozens?
Almost. 28.
28.
I calculated
it's like
this morning.
2 couple of dozens and even more. So probably you are the only one who watched all of them?
Hope no. Actually, we can ask in the chat if someone have been to some of the events. They can write the number of events.
Yeah, guys. If you're watching us right now, please comment and say how many of our meetups you've seen yourself. But since we are speaking English right now, I doubt that many people can follow both English, Spanish, and Russian language meetups. Not everyone is so good in languages like you are. So, are those events that we are having? Like this morning, we had another meetup that was in Russian, and it was about Wialon functionality and features and design and all about that. Do you still believe that that format of our meetings is something valuable, something that we should continue doing, and what are the criteria of that effectiveness?
Yes, absolutely. That's my true belief that we need to proceed with all of these online activities we're talking to our community, we're talking to people, sharing the best practices, sharing our ideas. And moreover, I need to mention that we're super open, guys, so please, if you have any question, any comment, any suggestion, the YouTube chat is already here, so please feel free to comment. But back to the topic. Sasha was talking about the effectiveness, yes. When you talk about the effectiveness, we should probably think about what were the goals, why we decided to create all of these nice online meetings. So first of all, when all this Corona thing happened, we were thinking, okay, the majority of our community, the majority of our events are offline. So what should we do to keep the community alive, to keep the community together? And the very nice idea was to have these meetings online. So we decided to take, the tried and tested formats that we already did during the Telematics and Minsk and in other countries, in other cities, like, for example, panel discussions where the experts are talking with each other, discussing hot topics, or webinars where the Wialon Gurtam experts are sharing their knowledge, or maybe Q&A sessions like this one where people can ask questions very freely, or our partners can become actually journalists asking us questions. So yeah, all these formats already worked well. So this is why we decided to implement them online. So the goal was to keep all the people together, to maintain those community, the famous Wialon community spirit, I'd say, and to share knowledge, of course. The other goal was support, because we understood that during those COVID-19 times, everyone was very much stressed. And of course, we implemented some commercial measures, commercial steps, but anyway, we wanted to create the platform where we can gather everyone, the platform for solidarity, the platform where people could share their thoughts, their problems. So this is here, probably we can say check, check, check everywhere. So all this was done. So it's my firm belief that it's an effective one. Actually, I was just one thing to mention, that I was actually calculating that the total audience that we got during these 4 months was 3.4K people on the YouTube and in Zoom that we previously used. So it's quite a huge, I don't know, 3 or 6, it's even 6 times bigger than Telematics. So you can imagine this crowd. That's amazing.
That's amazing crowd. But you said about that famous spirit of Wialon community. Do you still believe that that spirit is somewhere here in the air, or we are losing it because of working in that remote mode?
I'm sure that it's already here, and we can see it when we have a look at the chats, when people are exchanging their experiences and ideas. When you have a look at all those webinars, when you have a look at the questions that people ask to us when we're sitting here in the Gurtam studio. Actually, it's in the conference hall near the hardware showroom, so someone who has been, or probably a lot of you have been to our office and can see this.
I'm trying to share pictures.
Yeah, Sasha's doing his best. Yeah, but we are surrounded with all the nice trackers and everything.
Oh yeah, I'll do it this way. Yeah, we've done that studio right in the middle of our showroom because by the reason of that COVID situation, no one is visiting us. And I believe we still feel, that a little uncomfortable or unattained because of not having audience or not having a chance.
Speaking with the camera. But
speaking with camera is always difficult. Yeah, that's how it looks from our side. Oh, checking the camera is not that good. So. Yeah, but is it, I mean, comparing organizational moment of that, I know how difficult it is to organize our telematics conferences in Minsk.
But I still miss it.
I miss it a lot because, I mean, I've personally organized the first one that happened, I believe it's already 11 years back. And that's the first year when we are not doing that, and I'm not involved as well. But I know how difficult it is. Luckily, I don't know how difficult it is to organize our online meetups because I'm only sitting here and you're doing all that studio and stuff. Is it really that difficult? And what happened with your team? So I believe you had to fire all those people who were responsible for offline events and hire someone from TV channel
TV show,
or
yeah.
maybe online video stream people, bloggers, no?
Yeah, actually, I would really love if organizing the online meetups would be easier than organizing the offline one. But the situation is truly opposite. So when we started to do this, we couldn't even imagine that it's really tough work to organize all of this online. The funniest thing was that you know, we were super prepared to go to all the conferences, all the trade shows and everything. We were super good on this, but here we were the newbies. We had to learn everything from scratch. The most interesting thing for me was that, you know, it was not only marketing who is doing this. It was the responsibility of all the company, because we wanted to do our content as much diverse, as much, you know, different as possible. So that is why we decided, okay, let's split the content between the teams. So this part will be done by the business development team, this part will be done by the technical consulting team, this part will be done by hardware manufacturer or partners working with those. Anyway, it was distributed and it was the, you know, cooperation of all the company. It was and is actually quite a huge project. And it's also funny because when I look back and when I think about the first meetup we were doing, it was just a Zoom call. Now we have a very nice studio, you know, the professional lighting, the flowers, I don't know, the...
Fake ones.
Sasha, you know, the branded cup, everything is here. But anyway, the first one was the Zoom call. And I remember it very well because Olga Filanchuk, she was sitting and smiling, but I understood that she was, you know, like the man from the memes hiding the tears because everything was like so stressful. There was the door behind Olga and it was open all the time because people were curious, like what's going on there in the conference room? That was really crazy. And looking here, I really appreciate the way that we went. So the huge progress, I mean, I hope we did. So yeah, that's kind of a challenge for us. You also asked me about the team, what happened with the marketing team. Of course, we haven't fired anyone. When all those crises started, our CEO, Aliaksandr, said that one of the biggest you know, priorities for Gurtam is to keep all the team together for us to survive all these crises. So that is why we're thinking, okay, we have not offline marketeers, but we have marketeers firstly. So they can easily dedicate all their passion and all their effort to other spheres. And for example, for these online meetups that are done by the offline marketeers. And it worked pretty well. So no fires.
Okay, no people fired. Yeah, there's a concept of Gurtam, yeah, which means together in Belarusian. But okay, from organizational point of view, what would you done? What would you do differently for the very first meetups that we've made? Mm-hmm. Yeah, what mistakes apart of the opening door we've made? What do you think?
I think that I would probably hire the professional team from the very beginning. Because first of all, we said, okay, it's just a Zoom call, it's easy. I mean, we can do it ourselves. Yeah, but that was a mistake when I see the quality of picture we have now and back 4 months ago.
Nastya, you look just perfect, I should say it, yeah.
Thank you, that's because of the lightning.
No, you are.
Yeah, but anyway, we were very much, we were thinking a lot about the content, we were thinking a lot about the guests that we would probably invite, but the technical part was a very nice way to go. So now it's here. I think that it's a good thing to do.
Okay, but I hope that there will be times then when we would go offline again. By that time, do you believe that we would continue doing that online educational events or experience sharing events, or when that COVID times are over, we would just switch to offline again?
I think it's a combination, because I truly believe that we'll have those offline events probably next year or end of this year, but I think we should proceed with those online meetings too, because it's a different format. You know, it's the way how people consume the information. So for someone, it's more convenient to talk personally, to go to the show. For someone, it's more convenient, you know, to watch the stream on the background somewhere. So I think it's a combination.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a nice combination for me as well. Even though we are having like 500-600 people visiting our telematics conference in Minsk, but still we are right now having like close to 2,000 partners all over the globe, and still not everyone is coming to Minsk. And having that content of high quality and very, very interesting content is really, really helpful for all those people who probably even haven't ever met us personally, but having that chance to meet us, to ask questions through YouTube or ask us direct questions through video calls is also a chance for everyone to join that nice community that we are having. So can you please share our plans for the telematics this year, and what are we doing still? Are we gonna have something in August this year as it was initially scheduled, or we've made changes?
Yeah, actually telematics is for me it's like the highlight of the year. So till the almost very end, I was thinking that, okay, we need to go online, we need to do the separate telematics event online. But then we analyzed the numbers, and then we understood that the ongoing format of Gurtam Meetups, when every partner knows that every Thursday he or she can switch on the Gurtam TV, as we call it, and have some valuable content continuously from week to week, it's much more beneficial for everyone. For us, we can cover the bigger audience, we can reach the bigger amount of partners, and people are closer to us, closer to each other. So that is why we decided to proceed with those Gurtam meetups, but at the same time, we have 2 or this year even 3 very nice things that we couldn't skip. This year was quite a challenge, so that's why we decided definitely to honor those heroes who, despite of working in these super tough conditions this year, showed us a very good connection dynamics. So of course, we would like to have our annual ceremonies of Wialon Top 50 Global and Hardware Manufacturers Top 10 Global online. So following the concept of Thursday meetups, we'll have those ceremonies, the first one on July the 30th, and then followed by, it will be the Hardware Manufacturers ceremony, and then followed by Wialon Top 50 Global on the August the 6th, I guess.
So we are not postponing the awards that we have regularly, but we're still gonna have them online.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like they've postponed Olympics, they postponed a lot of events for the next year, but the winners of this year will be honored, right?
Absolutely, of course.
And it's gonna happen in August, right?
End of July and August in online format. So everyone is very much welcomed, and I hope that the majority of the partners could visit this time. No excuses not to go to Minsk.
There will be no excuses, for those who are gonna miss the awards, but still we're gonna have top 10 hardware manufacturers, right, and top 50 partners.
Absolutely.
But we need to mention one more thing that we've added to that list of awards that we are having this year, right? And this year we are starting another direction of honoring our partners. Before that, we were giving awards to the companies and for sure to the people who brought the bigger number of units, bigger number of vehicles connected to our platform. But in this model, we've missed one very important and I believe very crucial part of working with our platform, working in that business. Well, the question is, what's different between the Wialon and another GPS tracking software? And there are a lot of them on the market. And the difference is that with Wialon, you can go to almost any IoT project. With Wialon, you can go to different niches and you can do different projects on the same single platform, which is Wialon. So, and the level of integration, the level of service that you would provide, you as our partner would provide to the end user, depends only on your creativity, your understanding of our platform, your willingness to adapt or configure the platform in a way so the end user would benefit mostly, would have Wialon integrated with his own ERP or CRM, would have all the data connected. So this year we are also having that IoT project of the year that we've announced, I believe, earlier this week. Or maybe
Monday.
on Monday we've announced that project.
Fresh news.
That's a fresh news, and for that, not only Meetups, our marketing team is doing, but also we've created a new great website that explains the idea of that new IoT awards that we've started, and that will be awarded this year, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So I believe we
So
can
yeah,
share.
we can probably
Yep.
show the website.
And while we are connecting to that website, I would say that we are heartily inviting all of you to join that new project, new activity of ours.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. It's iotaward.gurtam.com. So here, the website, you can see the information about the award. The main thing is that we would like to share is that we are very open and really welcome our partners and also the system integrators of any other platform to join. What we also would like to state or share is that we have a lot of nominations.
Yeah, so no matter what vertical, can we please switch back to the website? It's okay for me not to be seen. So no matter what niche you have your customers in, be it waste management, personal monitoring, agriculture, local deliveries, public transportation, or even other, you can apply.
Very promising.
Very promising. Yeah, you can apply and take part in that awards.
Yes, and also, being very socially conscious, we also added anti-COVID-19 project of the year, because we already noticed that quite a number of our partners are already going to this niche, fighting COVID. So that's why we thought, okay, we need to honor them too, definitely. Another interesting thing is that we'll have the community award. That here, which means that the members of our community will also have a possibility to vote and to, award the most interesting, the most challenging, the most scalable project that was implemented last 15 years, no, that's too much, 15 months. So basically, it's not only 1 year, because we understand that this year was quite a challenging one, so that's why we decided, to take and award the projects, the best projects that were implemented last 15 months. So you can basically see the information on those websites. Definitely, you need to participate. So it's easy, you just go to the website and you apply through the my.gurtam.com. The submission form is quite huge, but anyway, we need a lot of details to understand what's so special about your project. But the good news is that you have quite a lot of time to submit. You have 1.5 months for this. And then we will have the online award ceremony on August the 13th. The timeline is on the screen, so you can see the dates. And then we also publish all the cases, all the projects that we will get. So, okay. Good luck, guys. We are really looking forward to see all of your submissions. The good news is that we just announced the competition on Monday, and we already have a lot of projects that were
applications.
Yeah, absolutely. The applications, and some of the companies even published 5 or 6 projects, but 4 different categories, of course.
So one company can apply for different categories, any number of projects, right?
But 1 project per category.
1 project per. So you are to choose your best project in waste management, you are to choose your best project in agriculture, your best project in public transportation, and each of them you can put as a candidate of getting that awards. And you have time till when to submit that application once again?
Till the end of July.
Till the end of July. yeah, guys, please take part in it. So no matter how big your company or small, no matter what number of vehicles you've connected last year, if you've done just one project, or if you're working in one niche, which is where you really feel yourself as an expert, please apply to our awards, and you will be named as the best waste management manager of the year.
Yeah, all the IT project of the year in waste management.
Yeah, and I mean, that means that I believe lots of referrals you'll have on that very vertical from our website or from the community. Everyone would acknowledge you as an expert in that, which is very, very, I believe, important, because, I mean, having just numbers, who is bigger, that's one thing.
It's
but
different.
yeah, but being an expert is totally different, and we want to have a lot of experts who are using Wialon, not just to show, you know, that vehicle on the map with a track. We want our partners to utilize as many features, as many functionalities of Wialon as possible, and to make end user very, very happy with Wialon, and to make that end user using Wialon as in its best. Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's all about, you know, increasing the level of service in the industry. So we truly believe in this.
And it's very important about the industry, yeah, and not
Yep.
we are not talking just about utilizing Wialon features. If you are our partner and you're watching us right now, but you've implemented that project with another software, we still gonna accept that application. We'll have to run a thorough analysis of how you've implemented that project without Wialon. Probably it will enlighten us, and we'll have understanding of what we should add to Wialon, so the next time you will be doing the same project on our platform. Or even if you're not using Wialon at all, and you're just using another third-party software, it's still totally okay with us. You still can apply for the IoT Project of the Year awards. And if you've done that project with any software on the market, be it SAP, be it Oracle, be it Amazon, whatever, you can apply for the project. And if that end user is happy, and you've done a lot to make that end user happy, and we've run our technical analysis of that project, and we see that it was organized in a perfect manner, then you probably would get that award, right? How are we gonna do that analysis? Would we have a jury, or what's the process?
Yeah, of course, we'll have the jury that will consist of the Gurtam employees who are very much, you know, technical advanced and understand all the peculiarities of this type of the project. So we'll make sure that the jury works well based on several criteria, not just, you know, to find our favorite partner. No, we'll be, you know, following the criteria.
And all the projects that would be getting the awards would be published on our website, yeah?
Yes,
so
absolutely.
all the community would be aware of the winners and the details about the implementation of the projects. So, I mean, the way how we would find the best project, you will also, as a community, have a chance to check it and understand if you made the right choice. I hope you'll make the one. And there'll be a community choice.
Yeah,
so all our partners will have a chance to vote on the best project, and probably they'll have to have their own award or crowdsource somehow.
We'll figure out how it will work.
To find the really prize for that winner on that nomination. Okay, so I believe we've talked a lot about the new IoT Project of the Year awards. So this year, once again, we are having 3 different categories. Hardware manufacturer, top 50 based on the growth, and the IoT Project of the Year based on the level of implementation and the quality of the project. Not the quantity, but the quality. And okay, we are getting back, and I see that we have questions here from Anna and she asks, yeah, you see, community wants us to go back offline. And the question is, which exhibitions does Gurtam plan for this year and the next year as well? Are we gonna go offline this year?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question, not only for us, but for us as well, because this year we have 2 more shows in our schedule planned. The one in Shenzhen, and the second one is Jitex, Dubai. But frankly speaking, we're not sure, 100% sure what will happen with this one, because like from our side, we're pretty ready. So we have the space book, we have the layout of the booth, actually have the IoT zone there. That's important to mention when I talk about the Dubai. So from our side, everything is already prepared. You know, the space, the layout, the co-exhibitors, we're already there. But still, we have a doubt whether the show will happen, or when it will happen, whether we or the organizers will be able to, get the audience there.
Or just have the trade show. It was postponed, right? Initially,
Yes,
Jitex was planned for November, right?
I think it was September, but then it was postponed to
so
December.
Now they've postponed Jitex to December.
Yes.
And probably they're gonna move it further, right?
I don't know, no one knows. But actually, the history has seen a lot of situations when the expos this year were firstly planned, then postponed, and then postponed once again. Like, for example, the Mexican one, we were planning to go to the biggest security show in Mexico, the Expo Seguridad, actually packing the suitcase. But then the organizers told us that the government decided to take their space and to turn it to the hospital for the COVID patients. So it happens that the show really lost their grounds. So that's why they said that they will probably postpone once again to the 2029. So no one knows, uncertainty is all around.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we cannot say for sure. And if we'll have a chance to meet with our partners this year, one more reason why we can miss the chance for meeting is that being of Belarus origin and living in Belarus, we have, you see, in our country, we don't, we are having quite a high level of COVID distribution, and the number of cases, number of cases in Belarus is one of the highest right now in Europe, I would say. Though most of the people, like myself and Anastasiya, we have to have that risk. We are not having that 1.5 meters or any other measures of social distancing. So that is the reason why even that countries that already in Europe that already opened borders for international visitors, they have special requirements for people who are coming from Belarus. And the situation is not that easy for us. So even if a country opened the borders, being of Belarus origin, there can be another level of difficultiness, or maybe even chances that we would not be allowed to visit a certain country.
Or maybe to have the quarantine. But maybe it's not a bad idea, Dubai, December, 25 degrees. Not bad compared with Belarus, but still.
Yeah, or we'll have to travel
cases.
to Dubai, 2 weeks in advance to stay in quarantine. If a company can allow this. we need to check our budget, and that is why we need to have, that development of business of ours and development of business of our partners. And if talking about our partners and ourselves, I should say right now that finally we have that positive trend, and we had that feature of freezing the units on Wialon hosting, and a lot of our partners used that option in order to freeze those fleets that were not functional during that COVID period in certain countries. So around 40,000 vehicles were frozen by our partners, and were unused and unpaid during that times. But the trend that we see this month gives us hope, and we see that the number of that frozen units is decreasing, and our partners are connecting more new units, and they're not
freezing.
freezing. They're not freezing units anymore. There are some frozen ones, that is okay, but partners are continuing to add new fleets and new units to Wialon. And that means that for the bigger part of our community, I hope that the most difficult times are over right now. Yeah, and we'll be able to have that meetings. We'll be able to travel to Dubai 2 weeks in advance. Yeah, and meet each other once again, probably this year. But talking about the budget, you know, many people think that having that IoT zones or mega stands or mega booths is a nice business that Gurtam runs secretly. Yeah, and I mean that dress and jewelry that you have, all that comes from the money that we earn on our mega booths. Is it true or not?
I wish it were this way, but actually the mega booth is the mega investment, let's say, because many of you guys think that it's a very nice, you know, side product of Gurtam. It's a very nice way to earn extra money, but it's unfortunately, or fortunately, it's our investment in marketing. Because when we talk about this, for example, the GITEX we were just discussing, the rough budget is like, I don't know, 200,000 euros, so it's huge. And when I don't know, 70% of the money is compensated by the co-exhibitors, wow, it's a great success. So I wish we could go to even at least, but not. It's still a marketing investment, but we are doing it on purpose, because we do believe that it's a very good way to spread the word. It's a very good way to spread the brand. It's a very good way to show this ecosystem, this Wialon community to the market. So we really believe in this, and really fingers crossed for the GITEX 2020. But I believe maybe one day we will have a possibility, you know, to earn some money on this, but definitely not this time.
But for sure, it's not the goal of I mean, our business. Yeah, how we earn mony.
Yeah, I said it will be
is
nice,
by
but
providing
of course
our partners with Wialon and getting a tiny share of the earnings from Wialon, and we are having a share of that. And I believe that's the business model that we've started, I don't know, 10 years back, by being the first one to introduce Wialon hosting as a software as a service in fleet management, being the first ones to have it, fleet management and vehicle tracking platform as a web application. And since that time, we are following the same policy. We are keeping the price levels, and we are showing ourselves as a sound and stable and good partners to all our friends, partners, and colleagues and distributors globally. So, I mean, our marketing investments in IoT zones is something that we are happy to do, to just you know, develop the community and to provide our partners, our hardware partners, our software partners, the companies who want to join our ecosystems with their connectivity offerings. We are open to help those companies to develop the business, and we believe that the more chances that we have to, you know, unite that community and show that all that ecosystems consist of different companies, and we understand that Wialon is just a part of that, and we would not be able to run that business if we would be alone, without hardware, without sensors, without SIM cards. There would not be a business of ours as well. So that is why we are open to help those companies who want to exhibit with us at IoT zones in GITEX next year. I hope we'll have the same concept as previous years, and we'll have IoT zones in the United States as well, probably in Russia, in Middle East, in Mexico. I hope that COVID times will be over and we will be promoting not just Wialon itself, but all that ecosystem, and more just normal people would be aware of the benefits of IoT technologies and telematics that we are able to provide them. And that's also one of the reasons why we've started that IoT Project of the Year Awards, to show normal people from different verticals that with the help of IoT technologies, they can make their business more effective than it is right now.
Yes, absolutely. This is the idea we have in mind when we do everything. Like, let's take the example of these online meetups. You see, we have the meetups about the product, but at the same time, we have the meetups about the hardware. At the same time, next week, we will have the meetup on connectivity. So this is our true belief that we need to show all this ecosystem, all the connections inside the ecosystem, to show it to the market. So with this thought in mind, we do all the marketing activities, definitely. But I think you have noticed this.
Okay, if talking about marketing activities, I mean, just general thoughts of you as an expert, as a true expert in marketing, how you, I mean, what's your observations on how other companies are changing the approach to marketing during that COVID times, companies from our market or companies who are well known on different markets? How you see them doing business, doing marketing, what mistakes or what troubles, what difficulties they have?
I would better talk about the guys from our market because, you know, we can talk here about Coca-Cola or Nestle or whatever for ages. But let's take the example of, for example, companies from our sphere, from our business, from our industry. I have to say that we do all these competitive researches rather often on regular basis, and a very interesting thing that we have noticed this spring was the fact that a big number of our competitors decided to stop their marketing activities. So we were looking at the PPC, so the advertising on social media and the search engines like Google or Yahoo or Yandex in Russia. We were doing those analyses, and we understood that a lot of companies, they cut their budget or they decided just to stop everything. And it was quite a strange approach for me. I understand, of course, it's all about money, it's all about the budgets. But when we approached those crises, our CEO told us, okay, guys, now the crisis is coming, please, you need to think carefully what kind of budgets you can cut. And it was the idea for each and every department in Gurtam. My favorite thing about Gurtam is that no one told me, okay, Nastya, you need to cancel the marketing budgets, because everyone understands that marketing is an investment, especially in crisis times. So when we see the competitors shutting down their Facebook ads or their Google ads, we understood that, okay, it's easier for us, it's easier to win the bid, for example, in the Google. So for us, it was a very nice situation, a very positive trend. At the same time, I was really, worried about the competitors, because it's good to have nice competitors to watch what they are doing, to watch their marketing activities. But for example, in Russia, some of them shut all the campaigns, like totally. I don't know what's going to happen with them, but we got very nice traffic from those unwanted leads. But anyway, at the same time, some of our competitors were doing pretty well. For example, some of them use the same approaches as us. For example, one of our global competitors did the dashboard with the corona activities, with the mileages and the state of the industries, something really looking like that we did. Our corona map with the mileage and activities. So I really think it's a nice approach. Some of the competitors did the guest posting about the corona projects, which is also very nice. So different approaches. Our approach is that we need to keep doing, we need to keep going, we need to keep investing money in marketing, of course, doing it wisely, of course, thinking about each and every penny. But anyway, especially in the crisis times, it's the high time to invest money in marketing.
So I believe your advice to our partners who are watching us right now would also be to continue the marketing activities if they can do so. Yeah, because probably stopping marketing activities would sooner or later affect the business totally.
Yeah, especially after the crisis is over. When we have a look at us, for example, we decided to hire one more content marketeer, so a person who is writing text, marketing materials, writing about the projects, talking to partners. Also, we hired 2 more freelance. We hired the localization specialist on freelance. We're hiring 1 more person on the PPC, so really strengthening our marketing efforts and our marketing force and the department I'm working in, just to be completely ready when the crisis is over, to be the first one in the market.
I hope so. So just before ending our meetup, I think we should once again remind everyone that we have that new IoT Project of the Year awards that we've announced. You can find information on our website. You can find the link in the comments to that video. We wish that you and that you would end that crisis time would end up, and your companies will be able to continue doing business on a high quality level, and that I hope you had the projects and the ideas that you want to share with our community. So please apply for that awards, and
yeah, looking forward for your submissions. We already have a lot of them, which is my personal success. I think I'm super happy about this because we just announced it on Monday. But anyway, we are very welcome to share the projects that you have. Small hints, we were writing about some of your projects in our blog and the use case library. So the whole work is already done. You just need to submit, to click 2 buttons, and that's it. Moreover, you can, after you win, and I hope you will win those competitions, you will have the possibility to use those logo of the event. You can put it on your website, and it's marketing as well, you know. You can put it on your website. It's all about being an expert. It's all about your new clients, the leads you're working with, the leads that are approaching and checking your website. So when they see those signs, I think it will be a huge help.
I believe it's a huge recognition, you know. By the time of the awards, I hope we will cross and we will reach 2.5 million vehicles connected to Wialon, and someone will get the award as the best project in public transportation. Someone will get an award and will be recognized as the author or the one who've implemented that project, which is the best out of 2.5 million vehicles.
And even more, because we're talking not only about the Wialon, we're talking about the whole industry, Sasha.
Okay, not 2.5, but okay, 3 million in total. Or in fact, probably it's a bit bigger, the total number of connected vehicles all over the globe, but still, we are being almost the only one who share that numbers openly. We are being the only ones who accept for the awards companies who are using different softwares. We are the only ones who share all that and who create that community. And I'm very, very thankful for the community who constantly shares ideas with us, who joins our events, and who helps our business growing, and I hope we are helping you as well. So thank you, Anastasiya. Thank you, those who joined that meetup of ours. We will continue having the same or even better events each week. So please continue, subscribe to our channel, leave comments, put your likes, and see you next time.
See you next Thursday. Thank
Goodbye.
you very much. Bye-bye.